Hello, dorks. Hello, hello. How's it going? Good morning or afternoon, whatever it is. Good day. Good day to you. How's it going? Feeling the glacier temp today? Oh, that's fair. You feeling under the weather? I'm not feeling under the weather physically, but you know. I have a brain cold. Is that a thing? It's uncharted. It's time for Dwarf Fortress. It's time for us to continue with our glacial retreat. Newly peppered with corpses. Hi, creature. Time for me to get assaulted by cats. We're the capital now. I am so excited about this fortress. Just continually. We keep having cool things happen. So last stream we had a rock show up. We dealt with a rock. We became the capital. I guess we technically became the capital last time, but now we've satisfied the king. We have a glacial throne room. We have the king quarters and all that stuff. All of our nobles are satisfied right now. And then we had a big ol' goblin siege right at the end. And we ended right after the siege. So now we just have a bunch of corpses. We just have an ice sheet full of corpses. So that's gonna be... It's gonna be harder for us to deal with the trash than it was to actually deal with the goblins. But we're gonna keep an eye on all that. The cat Tofu's just gonna like bat at Heck as she walks by, because why not? And I think we need to build out our defenses a little bit more. If we're gonna continue to attract this kind of attention, I think we need more than just like a couple of little emplacements. So I did a little bit of thinking. I think I have a plan for what we're gonna do there. Bulk out our defenses a little bit. So that's the plan for today. I kind of expect more goblins to show up at some point, but we have no idea when. It could be in 10 minutes. It could be in 3 streams. Impossible to know, right? So we're gonna make sure that we're prepared when they do show up. That's the goal. That's the goal. How are you all? How's everyone's weekend? How's everyone's week starting? Today's episode is brought to you by some rather large penguins. They're hanging out, and by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hanging out with us live, hanging out in VODs, hanging out in Discord, hanging out with the penguins, wherever you want to hang out. That is, I am appreciative of that. I like having y'all around, right? I just think it's neat. So we're gonna hop over here. I'm gonna press this button. Look at that. Look at our corpses. Oh, hydrate. I can hydrate and stretch. Hi, Bowser. I also got a thing that's saying that I reached a percentage of my sub goal, but I didn't see a sub. So if you subbed, thank you. I don't know what happened there. Lots of buttons to press, yes. Yeah, this was 60 some odd goblins. Oh gosh. We had 60 some odd goblins, and we dealt with them with 3 polar bear people and 1 kobold. It would have been 4 polar bear people, but one of them was sleeping through the entire thing. So in practice, it was the 4 of them that dealt with this whole pile here. So that's cool. I guess the first question is mind goblins? We have mined the goblins. Please don't mind the goblins. Pardon my mess. There's a couple up here too. Here's Mosier. Mosier did pretty good here. We wrapped up like right at the end of combat, so I think some of them are gonna need to... This is the one that was sleeping. They're gonna have to go to the hospital. Yeah, like Rithwil here is seriously injured. So we're gonna make sure that health stuff happens. The cats are gonna run away. Arm is cut open, neck is torn open, paw is cut open, spine is bruised, skull is fractured. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I mean, a broken skull. I'm hoping that that's not a lethal thing going on there. And then who is the other one? Are they both here? They're just both right here. Starlet is also seriously injured. Paws cut open, paws bruised, so much less. Much less. But they're both going to get hauled inside. I'm not going to unforbid all of this garbage yet. I kind of want to have a plan for the garbage before I have our entire fortress run out here and start playing in the mess. So for right now, I'm going to leave it all forbidden. And I guess we're going to I'm going to unpause and we're going to make sure that these two get taken care of. It's going to have to be a kobold come in and drag. So a kobold is going to have to pick up and carry the polar bear people down to the hospital. Oh, yeah, we have actual giant polar bears now too. One of them died. That was what happened. So far we have not lost any. Are you carrying? You are carrying. Recovering wounded. Excellent. Okay. One of our soldiers did lose their pet war giant polar bear. So we're gonna have to reassign one, but we're breeding more. We have more on deck. So they're gonna make their way down. We did catch one. We do have one goblin. Did manage to catch one goblin. But they're gonna come down here to our hospital. Just way the heck down here. We have splints and crutches. We never made traction benches. Oh my gosh, we've made it this long without traction benches. I think I have everything that is needed for that. Let's try to toss in a couple traction benches real quick. Because if they've got like broken arms and stuff. Oh, do I want to I can never remember. I know that you want the table to be next to the bed. But does it matter? Does the traction bench matter? Maybe the traction benches get their own little rooms. Make at workshop. Really? I thought they were just assembled in place. We're gonna say make traction bench. I'm gonna say make 10 traction benches. Who the heck knows? Mosier is fine. Rari is fine. They are cleaning. Oh, they're cleaning at the well. Perfect. I mean, that is what that is for. Diagnose patient. Oh, and then the bears. We also have a DF hack thing going so that our pets can also receive care at the hospital. So our doctor here is going to come in and diagnose our bears. I'm tempted to toss in another doctor. So we have 2 doctors here. We have Korek and Ido. We do have a High Master Bone Doctor. I'm gonna toss that in there too. The more the merrier. Oh, okay, so you're carrying that one, right? Perfect. Rithuel is resting. I just want to see activity here. So you are recovering the other one. You're going to clean. Of course, some of our effort's going to be diverted to our polar bear people, but that's probably good in the long run. I just hope that they don't, just so long as they don't ignore these two. And we're doing all sorts of stuff. We're getting all sorts of visitors. Yeah, that all makes sense. That's all fine. If there was a lot of combat. Okay, I mean, that looked like something just happened. Right, we're in 163, so brought to rest, evaluated, cleaned. It's already happened. Oh, and your pet is just gonna sit, your giant polar bear is gonna wait patiently at your bedside. Cool. Brought to bed, evaluated. Okay. And then you are here to diagnose. I diagnose you with broken skull. Evaluated. You've been evaluated a second time. Yep, okay. We'll cut open. So you're gonna so Storlet's gonna get some sutures. Rithel's the one I'm more worried about. Also thirsty, so I hope someone's gonna come and give you some water. Clean patient. You're a dog. Oh, then the bear wanders away. You've still just been evaluated. You said pigtail dressing on left paw, so that's good, right? Left paw has been dressed. And then what'd you just do? Just did something, cleaned. Okay. Give water. Give Rithel some water, please. Is that what just happened? Okay, I think you just got some water. Yes, okay, good. Good. The system works. Receive llama wool sutures on skull. That seems like the most significant one. Okay. Light bruising on nervous tissue. Extreme pain has been sutured. Yeah, I bet that hurts. Having your skull broken probably hurts. We're just gonna go out on a limb. Where do I put the... I'm gonna put... Oh, we still need to make traction benches. I'm sure we have everything for a traction bench. Like mechanism, rope, table? I think we have all those things. So now we have sutures on skull and a dressing on skull. Oh, and you're just... Wow, are they just... They're just okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, we did it. We did it, everyone. They're up and walking. The fact that they're walking is very good. I was afraid that they would have lost the ability to walk, as sometimes happens, but they're not even, like, getting splints. Subscribe with Prime. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, welcome in. Excellent. Got 16 minutes left at work, making the hottest chocolate I can make. Excellent. And then chug it. Left paw is dented. Okay, so that's going to be like the permanent effects of that. Like this will turn into a scar, right? Storlet's going to be fine, and Rithel, I guess Rithel's going to be fine. Health. Spine is bruised, skull is fractured, neck is dented, paw is dented, arm is dented. I wonder how long a skull fracture takes to heal. Because I definitely don't want to take you out of the military because you are ridiculous. Level 37 legendary fighter. Did very well for us. I am so content about this. But I don't want him to, like, re-injure himself during training, right? Is that a thing that can happen? You need to be on light duty for a bit? I don't know if that's really a thing. Mental image of a giant polar bear man lying in a traction and a loyal dog, equally giant polar bear laying its head and giving a worried grunt. Yup. I think the giant polar bears are even larger than the actual polar bear people. Like, they are gigantic. Oh, yes. Please select a unit. So the giant polar bears weigh about half as much as an elephant. Or 2.75 million cubic centimeters is what that relates to. But then I want to say that the polar bear people are like the size of 3 dwarves. Five dwarves. So large, but like not nearly as large as a giant polar bear. Pathetic whine. Yeah, I imagine they're like big puppies, right? We have them domesticated. Speaking of which, I know that some more of them have been trained. So these two are the original two that we caught, so they are going to stay locked up. These are the 3 remaining that we trained previously. And then these 3 just received training. So I want to make sure that they do not... I want to make them not restrained. So stray giant war polar bear. The trick is finding which ones they're attached to. Stray giant war polar bear. That one's just a bear. There you are. Okay. So now in theory, those 3 will be able to wander around. And then I guess I want to go to... who lost theirs? One of them lost their bear. Did I have one for Rari as well? I don't know if the kobold captain had one. So I think our kobold captain is going to get a bear as well, because he should be protected, right? How do I... Is it labor, work animals? So I'm going to assign that one. Sell the giant war polar bear. I also know that we finally have a female domesticated giant polar bear after getting like many males. So this female right here, I think this one's not going to receive war training because this is going to be like our new mama, right? The fact that we have a domesticated female is going to be very good. And we might just retire these? I don't know. You can't really like geld a female, right? But that means it's fine to assign these other 2. So Storla. Storla got Israz, right? So I think you're the one, yeah. So Storla's the one who lost a polar bear. I'm gonna go to Storlet. I'm gonna go to work animals. You get this one, Zamerka. And then we have one spare that's just gonna be wandering the fortress in the meantime. That's the idea. Some of our kobold babies are growing up, making clay bricks. Generally speaking, we are stable. We're just gonna want to get all of our garbage dealt with. So, in that vein, I also want to check on look at our throne room. This is quite lovely. So we built all the scaffolding because I wanted to smooth these. I think that's the last bit that we're gonna do, so then we can disassemble the scaffolding. So I'll let them do that. So, garbage pile. There's 2 main things sitting here, right? There's corpses, and then there's loot. Loot of middling quality, right? A lot of copper stuff, though there is a bunch of silver stuff as well. So it's tempting to just say melt all the things. Is that what we want to do? Because the stuff that's not... Like, it's not going to be high quality, right? A silver longsword, it's not even a good thing to make a sword out of, realistically. Iron halberd, but it's like, it's got no quality to it. Silver two-handed sword, like if it was a good silver two-handed sword, maybe. But it's not. And silver arrows, like let's just melt down the silver arrows. Yeah, they brought all these silver arrows. That's kind of interesting. Clothing is nice, it will fit your dwarves. That's true. And by dwarves you mean kobolds. Yeah, and they'll just grab it all, right? So like the socks and sandals in particular is pretty nice because I haven't been making them a whole lot of... I haven't been making a lot of socks. But that'll all just kind of filter into our supplies. So So many heads. We separated so many heads. I think this is gonna be what we do. I'm just gonna assign melt, right? Can I do that like that? I can't. Okay. I'm just gonna mass designate melt on whatever's here. I don't think it's gonna do anything weird to our trade depot, right? Our trade depot's fine. Could melt it all down and make a monument or inlay a room. True. I think it's just gonna get turned into... Well, the silver will get used. I do have a plan for a bunch of silver. Particularly, I want to make... we're making some black bronze, and that uses silver. So it's just gonna go right into our monument. And then the corpses... Goodness. It's gonna be a lot of corpse hauling. Oh, and then we don't need to station at our siege engines. Okay, you're all set. And then our corpse stockpile is here. Right? I think this is gonna take... This will accept all the things. Wonder if what was going through their minds to make silver and copper is probably just what they had access to. I know there's some sort of calculation going on in the background for like what places have access to what materials. I want to say, I think some of that has changed with the siege patch as well. Not that we ever really fully understood how it worked previously and probably won't understand everything about how it works now. But the impression that I got from the way Tarn was talking about it, it almost sounded like when a siege shows up, they have like a point buy system. And they could probably either have like there could be a lot of goblins or there could be like fewer goblins with better gear. That sort of a thing. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but that was kind of my impression based on the way he talked about it. So I think just like this siege had so many points, they wanted to have 60 goblins, and then they gave themselves the best gear that they could afford, right? And that kind of signifies what they have access to. I'm kind of interested in it being more copper. Like instead of it going copper and bronze, it went to copper and silver. So I guess bronze is more labor intensive. And you would need to have access to tin. So maybe that's just what they have access to. I don't know. 'Tis an interesting question. The other thing that I'm considering... So we're really just bringing all of our garbage inside for the sake of it being inside. And not, like... traumatizing everyone that walks by. And it's tempting to do what we've done in the past by making a short little minecart disposal system. We could even have it like closer to the surface. Like this is like the highest non-glacier floor, so maybe not more vertical. But we could even like bring some magma up here and turn this into a or we could just do melting here instead of hauling it all the way downstairs. What if we just dumped everything to this level, had corpses go over here, just sort the corpses over here, do a bunch of melting, and then send the bars down. And then the clothing, they bring that down because that would be a lot easier. I kind of like that. So let's do this. Those borders, you can have the polar bear eat them. Eat the corpses? Probably not. That would be a good way to deal with it, though. So I want just a little tunnel. This is going to be as basically as small as we can make it. Right? So it could go like it could go down to here and then that way. Right? So let's say I think we're gonna make a little hut for it too. A little mini dome. So maybe I'm thinking like this. So that'll come down to right here. And then it could just, right, we're just gonna go down like that. I guess it would need to go like one further. Let's do like just a little bit down just to make sure we're clearing things. But then we end up here going this way. We could even just do... I'm gonna have to build up to the roof here. I mean, it's just gonna go straight down. It's gonna go like this. And then we'll have to do like a, Can I build it? I have to build a ramp and then put a track on top of it? Is that how that works? So I want a ramp here. And I want a wall here. And then it's just going to come down into here. And then we'll have it manually pushed up. It's just going to be a single short minecart path. They'll load it up at the top, push it down, it'll dump itself in here, and then someone's going to manually push it back up, and then they'll repeat. Just keep it as simple as possible. I think I like that. I think that works for me. So let's do, just while we're at it, just a nice little ice wall here. We have plenty of ice. We have 600 ice boulders sitting around now. Oops. And then that will get a little roof and maybe some ramps around the outside, and then like a gate, right? Let's give it an ice gate. It's gonna open this way. Gonna be right here. Yeah, that's all it's gotta be, right? And then I think I do like the idea of there being ramps around it. We're just gonna do like this. Right? I think that works. Hopefully they'll all get to work on all this. Then someone's probably gonna get stuck? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Of course they're visiting. Oh, they're already suspending. Why? Oh, whatever. Okay. This all seems fine. Yeah, look at that. Or no, I was off by one, wasn't I? Okay. Good thing I checked. So the wall goes here, but I don't want it out of ice. And then the ramp goes here. Then we're gonna be carving, we're gonna carve minecart tracks into a glacier. That's kind of fun. So I guess part of what is gonna happen here, we're gonna want a big stockpile like here. So it doesn't need to be big because it's all going to dump into one tile, right? It's basically just going to stop right here and go pleh, and dump it right here. But that is fine. This is trash pile. And I'm gonna, what do we do here? Because I mostly just don't want it to, I want it to be able to hold everything, but accept from nowhere. That's kind of what's going on here. I do want refuse and corpses, but also like all the finished goods that they're wearing, all their clothing and junk, all their armor, all their ammo, all their weapons. All that's gonna belong in there, and then we just kind of filter it out as we go. I think that's how it works. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll keep an eye on this. But then I guess I also need to make a track stop, right? So it's gonna dump south. I don't know how much. We'll see how much speed this has when it comes careening in. Maybe what we do. Just leave that there for the moment. What we can do is just do like a little wall like this. What if we do like this? So it's gonna come down and then hit this wall and then go this way. And then we'll have the track stop just be over here. And then it'll dump south. I think that should be fine. So then I want to do track stop that dumps south, max friction. We'll put it here. And then for some reason we still need additional friction. I guess I can also just put a wall at the end here. The ultimate track stop. So it'll just end up there. And then if we're doing melting here, then I definitely want magma up here, right? I want magma powered melter smelters. Right? Because that's what does it. I'm pretty sure. Let's go down here. Right, you have melt. Where does it go? Melt a metal object. Okay, so we do want magma smelters upstairs. Which is fun, but doable. We just need to make a couple little magma receptacles here, right? And then like this is our main stairwell, so that's actually kind of convenient. We might do like a wall across here. So like actual garbage stuff has to go through a wall, so they're not all just staring at it at the time while they're in here. And then this space in here is going to be magma smelters. So I'm just going to make space for a couple. Let's plan ahead for there being a bunch and say let's do 5 of them. And then we're going to make little magma holders. Right, that works. Cats are sprinting. Oh, what did I make that out of? Was that microcline? Yeah, am I out of microcline? Oh no. My microcline. I want to say we still have some... I know there's more to mine. That might be where we're at. Microcline. Says we still have a bunch. We still have a bunch. Okay, so I'm just gonna say... rock blocks. Do... microcline? See, this is saying no, but whatever. I'm gonna say do 50. There's definitely just microcline on the floor, though. I don't know how much of these still have magma. I know we were getting towards the end of our magma here. That might be the next step. But I want to make sure this gets secured. So I'll wait to finish those. That's all fine. That's all done. So I guess I want... Oh, but I need to have a flat spot here, don't I, for it to end on? Whoops. So I need this to be a little differently shaped. Let's remove those. That will get removed. Right, we're gonna have ramps like this. I guess this still wants to be a ramp. Leave that one. We need to make an actual track stop here. Oh, but this is cool. This is cool. A little garbage igloo. Right, just like that. Might want one there too, eventually. No, I want these to be ramps. I'm doing real good here. Okay, go ahead and remove it. You're just right there. Right, I want wall and wall. And ramp and ramp and ramp. And then a bridge. Here. And I'm gonna make a track stop out of ice? We get a dragon, we're screwed, but I don't care. This doesn't dump, it has max friction, it's just gonna go right here. Now it's spring. Okay. What is this? Watch us get another goblin siege immediately and not be prepared for it at all. We should work on our other bunker up there. I do want to have some more bunkers. The world has passed into the golden age. Welcome to the golden age, everybody. I forget what that actually means. There's some threshold for that. But this would have helped us a whole lot in that last siege. So I'm going to make sure that we get that. Get this one functional. Right? So I want to do... I think a lot of mega beasts have to be dead. That sounds right. Last the Forgotten Bees? I don't know if it's 0%. It's gonna be a lot of them, though. Golden Age. I wonder if us killing the, killing that rock had to do with it. Ages. The Golden Age. Less than 50% of all civilized creatures are mundane, but there is no single majority. The Golden Age was a time when various civilized races peopled the world. Interesting. So what were we on before? So Age of Heroes is number of living powers in Mega Beasts is greater than 0 but less than 1/3 of World Gen. Okay. I think we're at below 1/3 of World Gen for sure. But I wouldn't say 0. Less than 50% of all civilized creatures are mundane. So do kobolds count as mundane in this context? What does mundane even mean? Marks if the creature is an actual real-life creature. Only used for age names at present and determining whether a creature will attack with the at peace with wildlife token. Okay. I don't know. It's the Golden Age. What do you want? We do ramps like this, right? I need more porcelain bricks, aren't I? I do want to come all the way up to the corner. Right? It's gonna go like that. And then I'm not gonna do the back wall yet because that'll block them. I wanna go like this. No access, I guess that's fair. I guess. And now we don't have enough. Perfect, cool. We are still working on more, so I'm just gonna let them go. A turkey hen and a dog have died of old age. Also another dog. It's just a bunch of clothes sitting here. And see, now this is gonna be like the fastest way to get inside, so they're all gonna like shortcut into here all the time until we get this closed again. Okay. Yeah, I mostly want this to be sealable. So we don't get caught off guard here. Are you all traumatized? Didn't feel anything after seeing a goblin's dead body? Undisgusted by miasma. I guess all the ones in here are all gonna be miasma. Okay, look at that. Ice track stop. A cat and 5 alpacas have died. I think that's all fine. We do have a lot of alpacas. Okay. While they're working on this, what else do we want to be... Oh, they got that done real quick. See, there are a bunch there. Maybe they're doing them as we speak. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll Or no, we could do that one. They can go around the other side. our little garbage shed. It's a little more square than I would like, but it would have to get larger to not look like a square. Blocked by an unmovable item. No, you're not. Refresh yourself, please. I would like you to be done. So we'll do here. And then we can get the roof done. Oh, and then the stairs on this one, right? I was almost done disassembling the stairs here. Is this our necromancer? It's our necromancer! Hello, Shomuk. Meows, meows, masma. Meow, masma. There we go, okay. Another dead alpaca. You can see how broken up I am about that. Cool. So for the immediate moment, I'm gonna connect this to a lever. Lever room down here. And we're gonna close it while we work on the rest of the stuff, so that we don't have people walking in and out of this. Because I don't want anyone sneaking in here. This is a security liability at the moment. Right, and then our last wall bit there. And then we can go ahead and engrave all of this. Very cool. But they won't do the inside until we open it up, but that is once this is done. Perfect. So now we can dig this and have access to that thing. I think, oh, do we need to make more bolt thrower parts? Military bolt thrower. I guess I'm gonna wait for them to finish the engraving. The other part of this is, I think we're gonna want to have an actual little stockpile here for them to throw all this stuff into? Or do I want it to be like a... Can I put a dump tile? Or no, a dump zone. Just in the middle there. And then I'm gonna mark all of this for dumping. And I'm gonna hope that none of it ends up in our dump downstairs. Because I want to do all of this right, but then we go in here and undump that. Undump these. I think that's all that's in here. Then we'll link the minecart route to this stockpile. Because I don't think, because minecarts can't just accept from nowhere, right? I think they need to be linked to a stockpile. So I'm gonna test it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and unlock some of them and see what happens here. You are dumping, but see you're... Oh no, you are bringing it there. Okay. Okay. And then they relock themselves when they get there, which is actually what I want right now. Look at him go. Oh, it is so much junk. Oh, it's so much junk. I just want... Okay, did this work? We done? We're done. Okay. We're gonna pull this lever. I'm gonna try like hell not to squish anyone. I know they're gonna keep... I'm even gonna put in a, like, I don't want them walking in here at all. Even when it's open, this is not a path for people to be. Now the elves are here. Meet with the elf diplomat. Welcome, elves. We have some goblins. 12 trees? Okay. There's still no trees here. Someone gonna pull the lever? You here to pull the lever? You're here to pull the lever. Okay. Now no one gets squished. That was close. That was kind of close. Okay. So we are secure. You're just on the roof for reasons? Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and let them at least dump the rest of this. That will help a little bit. Oh, and there's stuff up here. And then all this stuff. I think that's the only places where they died, though. Oh, there's some there. I'll have to do something with that actual living goblin. That should mean that they're just gonna dump it all right here. Oh, the elves are here. Okay. I'm gonna designate some tracks. I need to carve tracks, right? This is the part that always gets me. Right? You have to kind of cross the levels. Does that not work? I can go to here. I can't go to there. Is it because it's constructed? Do I need to? How do I? Oh, like this? Maybe that's what I have to do. Right? And then what happened to the... Oh, did it... Oh, no, okay. I think that works. And then we carve like this. We're gonna find out. Gonna find out. And then here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna want some temporary track stops. Just like this. And then we'll find out if we still actually have any magma. Okay. Don't mind us, elves. Just clean it up for you. We have more polar bear cubs. Excellent. Mandated construction of certain goods. So, oh, you're wanting a sterling table now? I don't think I made more. I have to make a bunch of sterling for you. Oh, I did. Okay, so we have some. So you were needing a sterling table, sterling silver table. Make one. You want me to make more grates? You want me to make crossbows? Ironically, I do actually want some crossbows for what we're gonna do next. I hear a cat sniffing around. There's our traction benches. They want so badly to be in the closet. I don't know why. That all seemed to work. Ice tracks. Oh, that's kind of rad. Oh my god, cats. I'm under attack. Okay, let's see if we can get at least one of these going. So I'm gonna go hauling menu. Goes right here. Gonna find a minecart that might have something in it. I'm gonna have to deal with these cats in a moment. Surely it's one of these. Already gone through all of these. Yup. Here. There's only so many more. I think we're going to have to do another run of magma cart. Goodness. Wow. Okay. Well, we still have a bit. There we go. There's one. Okay, we have at least one. Are we... I guess we do have a fair bit to trade. Do you have anything that I care about? Cherries and kangaroos? I don't know that they have anything that I care about. Wild boars. Oh, okay, I'm gonna deal with these cats real quick. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. Oh my god. I could have somehow figured out how to, like, disengage the sliding closet door from the track. Like the little plastic clip thing that snaps into the track down there. She just had it completely... Her hand was completely under the door and she was like, gimme whatever's in there. Hello, Sick. Hello, how do you handle fire imps when you make magma forges? And smelters, is there a way to avoid them altogether or just roll with it and YOLO? I mean, you could always YOLO. Typically what I do, so there's kind of a couple different ways. The more typical way, if we go down here to our magma sea, so like you can see here, we used to have some magma stuff set up here, like a forge and a smelter. So we just let in, like there's a fire snake right there even. Like we dug this and then connected it from above. But what you can't see is that there's a pair of fortifications right here. So not only can we close it, like once there's magma in here, you don't need to keep it open. You can just close it with floodgates, and you don't consume the magma as you use it in your forges. But also the fortifications won't let stuff through under normal functional circumstances. Flow can kind of push some things through some fortifications in some instances, thus having two methods of stuff here. But generally speaking, the fortifications will block creatures but let fluids flow through. So this should be pretty secure. The other thing that we're doing right now is completely decoupling our magma from the magma sea. We just have these a minecart filling station here, and then our magma forges are literally just individual tiles of magma. So like there's like nothing sneaking in there, right? This is perfectly secure. This is all you need. A single tile of depth 4 magma will power a magma forge forever. That's all you need. What was I doing before I was so rudely interrupted by cats? Oh, we were working on that. Okay. So awesome. Thank you. Both answers I appreciate. Yeah, excellent. That one's pretty straightforward. Not all answers are that easy to give. I'm just hoping... Okay, it looks like you're working on that one. But see, I don't know that they connect. Do I need to... I've had trouble with this before. Didn't we... Goodness gracious. I thought we already engraved one there, right? I didn't think I would need to build another. Do I need to construct? I'll just do that. Hopefully that fixes it. I don't know if I need to build all the way up. And see there, like why? Getting constructed track and non-constructed track to play nice together is, for some reason, quite difficult. I kind of wish that was more straightforward. Let's do that. Okay, so they're all gonna work on that. This has all been done. This is all good now. So I want to put in our emplacements. Furniture, apparently, or no, I guess military is its own category. So this one's going to face this way. Need a chain? I guess we just made a bunch of traction benches. Copper chain. Or is it the wrong menu? Please forge me copper chain. And let's do 10 of those, 'cause I'm gonna want a bunch. I guess while I'm at it, I'm also gonna say, bolt thrower parts. Let's do 5 of those for now. All the garbage. Okay, well, at least it's all gonna be in one pile, right? Wow. It's also gonna take them a minute to actually bring the minecart up. Yeah, there. So you got a minecart. Is it the right one? It is. Okay, perfect. Post-work door clerk. Excellent. Welcome in, Anthric. We're dealing with garbage disposal because we have too many goblin corpses. Did that work? It says north-south, 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 north-south. Okay. I think this is all connected. I think this is all connected. Okay, cool. Gobble, gobble, here comes trouble. We had a rock last time. I don't know if you saw that. A rock showed up. Oh no, I need more kaolinite. Because of course I do. Is this where we're doing? This is where we're doing. I would smooth it, but I guess we're gonna go... I guess we're going like this, right? We can go like this, and then we can go like this. Okay. And of course it's gonna keep leaking, but I don't care. We'll deal with it. Oh, they can't, because it's... whatever. Whatever. Always gonna leak a little. Just tuned in, so now, okay. Well, we have multiple things kind of in progress right now. I want to get that done. Hello, Balding Caveman. Yeah, this design. I love our design. Check out my penguins. Check out my zoo. We got all that cleaned up. Oh my gosh, look at this pile of garbage. This is an entire siege in one tile. So that's actually fantastic. I'm gonna grab stuff from up there too. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay. I'm 2 a bit balding caveman. We are all balding cavemen on this blessed day. Okay. So that has been dealt with in that sense. I don't think I'm gonna trade with the elves today. Now, what I do want, so with that last siege, they came in up here, right? They came down through here, and then we will have stuff here, and that will help a lot. They came in through here, and they were coming in through our trader entrance. And we have these bolt throwers that have line of sight, but they don't have the distance. They can't shoot all the way across this. So I still think this will be useful, especially if things come in like from this way or this way. They'll just filter around here and get shot in the back. That will still be useful. This tower is still going to be useful. But I want to have a couple other places for things. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. I want to have a couple other spots for little emplacements, right? Little turret nests, bolt thrower nests, I guess. But I'm thinking having them like attached to the buildings. I'm thinking like having a little blisters. I think I'm gonna get rid of this ramp. I'm tempted to put one here, and maybe even one here. So that if they do come from this direction again, they're gonna get assaulted by here, they're gonna get assaulted through here, then they squeeze through here, and then get this last bit through here. And then they find the polar bear people. I think that will mess up some goblins. Could also do like on the side of our library. I don't know if that's quite what I want. The other thing is that I want them to have access to this without breaching everything else, right? Not sure it can be called balding anymore. It might just be bald at this point. That's fair. It still counts as balding. It's a perpetual process, right? Yeah, this fort has a bit of effort into it. We've been here for maybe 25, coming on maybe 30. I don't think it's quite 30 yet. I've been here for 20 years at least, and we are now the capital. And I want to go for mountain home here. I think this would be a cool place to have as a mountain home. But essentially what's going to happen here, I want to have... like a little thing here, right? But I don't want the stairwell to be in this tile because it's gonna mess up my throne room wall. They all VODs on YouTube? They sure are! Oh, they sure are. I put all my VODs on YouTube. The link should be down below somewhere, because I have 2 YouTube channels as is tradition. But the Rechowder, Unchowder is my main channel, Rechowder is the VOD channel. We are on like episode 110, 120 of this world, somewhere in there. And like all 3-hour episodes. So we have more than 300 hours of content in this world right now. And it's all amazing. Especially check out some of the adventures we've had. We've done some pretty cool stuff in this world, if I do say so myself. So yeah, I don't want to stare at this spot. I would want it to be here. And then maybe like a pair. Maybe we have a hatch in the middle, and then a pair of bolt throwers. So what would that look like? We'd have a hole here, right? And it's gonna have to find a way to connect it to our militia tunnels. Complex names, one takes the chowder out, the other doubles down on the chowder. Exactly. That Blondie hacks as his tradition. No, it's South Park. That's where it comes from, right? I know it from South Park. We have a turret here, and then we could just do walls like this. So I'm trying to imagine where they're standing, right? So I guess I want these to be fortifications as well. That's the other part. No, not wall. Fortification made of ice. I want there to be a placement here. I don't think they need to stand here, because then they would be shooting that way. I mean, that would be nice. But that means like this. which is ugly. I mean, because then the one down here... Balancing function and form here. Royal pudding. Yeah, it was like the Canadian royal wedding. Is that what I'm thinking of? Oh, that's so long ago. That's so long ago. Yeah. So if there's a turret here, a person could be standing here, because this will be a hatch. Could be standing here shooting this way. Be shooting this way, could be shooting this way, could be shooting this way. And then the turret here could face down. So between the two of them, they're gonna have this full 180 covered. I think that works. I think that will be fine. And not a channel, but like an actual stair. We're gonna come down to here. I'm gonna connect to here, but not like the rest of this. So then this is gonna go down to the same level. And then we're just gonna have some tunnels. Right? These don't need to be big thoroughfares. Something like this, maybe. Says DF Hack? Yes, this is the design tool in DF Hack. It is my favorite thing. If you're wondering how I make all these weird... Yeah, you can always tell if someone's playing with DF Hack because there's always a badge in there. This is how I make all my wiggliness. There's a polygon tool in here. There's a line tool. There's circle. You can make all these rings and stuff. All this comes from this design tool, and is one of my all-time favorite things at this point. Right, and then this just comes up from there. I think that's fine. And then the rest of them, like our other turrets, do come from beneath. But I don't want to go... Like, we're not going to go through there. So we'll just connect them there. And then we'll wait to actually connect them. Until they're all sealed and such. The other thing that I learned something on the wiki the other day that I had no idea. So if you construct a fortification, you don't get a floor on the top level, right? You can't walk on top of a fortification. But if you build a wall and then carve fortifications into it, you get a floor. So I'm actually going to do that here. These are ultimately going to be fortifications, but I'm going to make them as walls first. Because it'll save me placing floors on top of them. All right, something like that. And then same thing here. Something like that. Yeah, that'll be nasty. Yep, that'll be nasty. And then we'll just plop a roof on it. It's kind of oblong. I don't care. I don't care that much. See, now they're... What are you dumping in here now? Oh, you're still finding bolts. Okay. They're finding things to dump still. You had no activity, no activity. Dump item. More silver bolts. Okay. Where are you getting them from? Where are you? Are they coming from here? Maybe they come from here. They're not coming from in here, right? Or no, they are. How did that happen? None of this is set to dump, and none of it's set to melt. I don't know how that happened. Maybe they ended up down here. Maybe the haul job was already in place before. And see, some of the melt stuff is here. Or no, that's... Right, okay. Nope, I'm just imagining things. I think we're fine. Think we're fine. I do still kind of want there to be ways to get on our roof. Kind of. We just had these temporary ramps this whole time. Maybe we just have... Maybe something like this. Same thing over here. Or not wall. I want ramp. And then I guess that's where I want it to be, but I don't want it to be made out of wood. Maybe we'll do like here and here. Okay. Easy enough. And then we want to carve fortifications in all of this. Let's see if we have some of those other bolt throwers going. Right, there we go. Okay, so I have some bolt thrower parts, some mechanisms, and some chains. Okay, well, we'll get it started at least. Right. Just wait for some more chains. Didn't know you could carve fortification into constructed walls, right? I had the same reaction. I was reading the wiki and I was like, you can even do that? But yeah, you can engrave constructed walls. So I guess you can carve fortifications as well. We're still needing more. Oh my gosh. How stable is DF Hack? I only use the design tools, for example. DF Hack is a lot more stable than it used to be. It's gonna be the same color, right? Yeah, it looks the same. It's pretty stable. I think if it's unstable, it's because you started doing wacky things with it. But like if you're just using the design tool, I wouldn't expect to have any issues with it. Okay, so now these just need roofs. And We've been doing all these little circular dome roofs. I could do... basically that, right? I could do something like this, or do I still do something like this? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like that's a little bit big for there. I think we're just going to do like these. So it's just going to be a wall in the middle. And then ramps around the outside. And then floors on those last two bits. I mean, that's good enough, right? Dawn, you didn't... Someone's gonna get stuck in there, I bet. But these will be sealed off real quick. And then a floor here and here. That'll close them off. I'm gonna make like some copper hatches, maybe? Let's do like 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Jay. Oh my, someone playing DF? Are we ready to see the fort fall? Or are we still in Armuk's Blessing? We are still in Armuk's Blessing. You can see the result of our previous Goblin Siege here. Working on dealing with our garbage and beefing up our defenses. But we are the capital. We're gonna make a push towards... You just trapped yourself, didn't you? We're gonna make a push towards Mountain Home here. You're just gonna sit still until we until we get the roof in. Hilarious. This is going pretty quick though. Remember, Armuk punishes the arrogant, but good luck. Yes, well, we know all about that. I do kind of know what I'm doing. So we're gonna allow this to be done. Rescue our other miner. And then that's done too. Look at that! Just knock that out real quick. Right? Perfect. Gotta run for dinner. Thanks for chill stream as always. Thanks for coming by as always. We're plenty chill here, aren't we? This is as chill as it gets. What are you doing? There's just a child making believe, playing make believe. Just on the outskirts of our ice sheet. Totally fine, not worrying, not concerning. With that death plague, I go to bed. Fair. Kind of know what we're doing off famous last words. It's true. I know enough that I know that if something terrible happens, not to be too upset about it. Because it kind of just happens. Yeah, okay, so now we have access to this, to our little blisters? I don't know, our little bubbles. Turret bubbles. Which means I think we need to get a little more precise about our ammo situation as well. Do I have more ropes? Yeah. Okay, we can just do all of these. I am gonna engrave the floors. Oh, except I can't. Oh, I'd have to smooth. I didn't put floors in, did I? Let's just, yeah, all right. For the sake of consistency, put in microcline floors. But now they can be accessed from the inside. And then our melting situation. So we have magma here. There's another thing that DF Hack lets you do. I'm just going to set it to dump south. And then I'm going to replace minecart with that one, which also has magma in it. And we'll be good. It's only slightly more chill than I have I Know Mouth and I Must Scream. Only a little bit. Only a little bit. Kobolds have very big mouths, and they will scream as much as they want. So, we have all sorts of places that need bolts in decent quantities, right? I could just have this go to here. That's kind of tempting, and then this go to here. That would make everything much more central, so then my ammo would just be here. That's kind of tempting. It does make these paths, like, completely useless, but I've done worse. And I guess it wouldn't even be bad to keep them connected, right? Maybe, yeah, okay, let's just do that. So I'm gonna say this continues down to here. Right? Because this is just that. It just goes there. And this one's gonna continue up to here. Do kind of like that. Oh, hey, look. Okay. Or hold on, screwed it up. Maybe it wants to go like this. Nope, I right-clicked when I shouldn't have. I liked it, and I got rid of it. There. Let's do like that. And currently we have our ammo here, which is basically right here anyway, so I guess I'm gonna leave the ammo there. I guess that's gonna be how it works. I know that we also have an ammo stockpile here with some iron bolts. Is this really all that's in there? I'm just gonna get rid of this stockpile so that they all are more central. Because if you're up here, you run out of ammo. You run down to here, you grab your ammo. That is a bit of a walk, but I don't know how to like evenly distribute bolts between like 5 different small stockpiles. I think I'd rather have them all in one central location. So it's not like, you know, the one emplacement that really needs them is like the one that doesn't have them. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, I think we're gonna call that good. And then just for the sake of paranoia, we'll just trap that hallway. Elves are leaving, that's fine. Visitors are visiting. Stockkeeper cancels update, needs office. Our stockkeeper has an office. Oh, you're about to get grumpy with me. Stockkeeper Shezra. You have a study. You're sitting on a chair. Are you continuing to cancel? Or are you okay now? I mean, you seem to be doing okay. We made a sterling silver table for Zinner, our worm, to go in a dining room, which is this one. So I'm gonna make you a specific table, sterling silver, and we'll just get rid of that one. I'll take my jet one back. He does look confused. They all kind of look confused. Worm? Yeah, a worm with a Y. Is the title of Zinner. I think it goes... So instead of Baron, Count, Duke, the kobolds have... I think it's Overseer. I forget what the middle one was. There's Overseer, there's something, and then there's Worm. Like our king is a winged one. I mean, it seems like you're doing okay. And then that'll get placed eventually. Okay, so that all happened. So we're going to engrave. I'm going to put in some hatches. Did I make some copper ones? I made some copper ones. The copper's not really gonna match. Let's do the jet ones. The jet ones are gonna match better. Now that I've made a bunch of copper ones. Jet will match the rest of our furniture. I would love for these, it takes them so long to get out here. This child. Why child? Oh, that's safe. That's totally fine. They already, jeez. They're so fast at engraving now. I'm gonna do bolt thrower. I think... I don't know if their resting position even matters that much. Does the quality of the mechanism matter? I'm just now thinking of this. The quality of mechanism matters for, like, traps and such. I wonder if it matters for bolt throwers. Not that I have any decent ones. Thanks for answering question. Of course. That's what I'm here for. Okay, and then we're just gonna do the same thing over here. We're just gonna base outwards. Nope. This way. Okay. These will definitely have range on things right here. Right? Everything is fine. And there's our hatches. I'm gonna make us some more jet hatches. Can put those in the rest of the places too. You know what? I'm gonna do like... Maybe we do those for all of our stairs. I think that looks nice. I think I'm gonna put a hatch on all of our little stairs in here. Okay, so... Our siege engines get operated by civilians, right? We definitely haven't been practicing... Hey, a strange mood. We haven't been training anyone's siege skills. We getting, are they partying in here? Dwarf Fortress music is some of the best video game music. Like, there's a lot of good video game music out there, right? This game needs to be put in... People need to be aware of how good this music is. I feel like no one talks about it. If you don't know of Dwarf Fortress, then you've never heard the music, right? We need more clay boulders. It's fine. Honestly, it's probably fine. Music also matches the actual game vibe. Yes. I mean, I was listening to... Oh, a Jeweler's Guild has been established. That's cool. Before we had the Steam version... Oh, here we go. Put it up. The music that we had in, whatchamacallit, Sound Sense, was also great. And I feel like it contributed so much to, like, the feel of the game. Immersed in the culture, yeah. Well, it's what you get when you have your fans making your content, right? People who have a real vested interest in making it good. And knowing kind of the soul of it, right? Okay. We have begun to deal with garbage. There's still... Is this our new... Yes, okay, so now I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say dump south. Blep. So now we have 4 sitting there. So now I'm just gonna straight up remove this route and deconstruct the track stop. While I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and start on one here. I wanna say, nope. There's one. Okay. So we have a little bit more. So once that gets removed, I can put a smelter there. We'll start smelting. So I guess we're gonna want like a bar block stockpile here, or a bar stockpile. This is melt output. This will only take from linked shops. It will take all the bars. All the metal bars, rather. I'm also going to allow them to go through here. But I want to make a wall across here. Now that I've made a whole bunch of microcline. I'm just gonna go just straight across. Oh! Speaking of monsters, we have an Etten. Hooray! Okay. Yeah. Well then, we definitely want to have someone over here. These ones aren't quite done. Luckily, it's all sealed up, right? No way for anyone to get sneaking in here. And I'm gonna say both of these can be done, and this might be finished very shortly. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is close the trader entrance. And then hopefully force the Etten to go over here. I should have just told everything to turn on, because then it'll be forced to go down here and potentially get shot by a ballista. So I think we need to update our safety burrow. Right there, I guess they're allowed in here. And over here. I do want them to be over here. This poor baby. I'm worried about this baby. And there's still this guy. We need to figure out why that one's just hanging out on the edge forever. So then, yeah, I guess civilians need to have access to all this. Because civilians are the bolt throwers. But not out here, not here. And not up through here. I think that's the main thing. And then we have our throne room. I think down below we're also fine. It's all been... I haven't messed with this too much today. I guess we did a little bit. Okay. Activate civilian alert. And then I'm going to station our squad in here. Just for being at the ready. They're right there anyway, but I want to make sure they're right there. Okay. What happens here? Gonna go over the zoo. I guess I should have predicted that, right? It might not be that big of a deal, but I don't want them to take shortcuts over our buildings too many times. Here comes the child. Hopefully you don't get... Oh! This is gonna get pulled any second now. Maybe, not really. You're about to go in. Has not been pulled, so I think the baby is safe. Baby makes it inside. Oh, and then our moody dwarf has Begun construction. That's good because I was not paying attention. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do here? Do we need to have people like on patrol? Oh, there we go. That seemed effective. That seemed effective. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. First thing that happened was an exceptional copper bolt strikes in the upper leg, fracturing the bone. And he falls over. First hit. First hit knocks him over. Second hits him in the eye. Third hits him in the head. And then from there, it's just bad news. The left neck. And then the right neck. And then the left neck. Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. Etten looks sick. Cool. I feel bad for them. I almost do. But considering what I know that Etten was going to do to that child if it got the chance, right? It probably shouldn't feel too bad. And then we get like one copper bolt back after all that. I'm going to mark that for dumping. So it's just going to end up over here. And then we're good, right? Just keep everything loaded. And clear civilian alert. Wow. Flawless. The only thing that would make that better... You're just hanging out. I'm tempted to not have some of these ramps. Because it'd be better if they were forced to go like around here, right? Because then we'd have view on them longer. Maybe we just have like one... Just have one ramp. One ramp and have it kind of inward facing. It's like these should be fine, because nothing can come up on here and then down through here. Nothing's gonna pass through that. And then I guess I want to do that. Just changing my mind on everything. Don't worry about it. What I would love is a way to just have... Yeah. Like, we could make a ranged squad, right? And then I could tell them to patrol between all these points. But they wouldn't be the ones using the bolt throwers. I feel like I want to make... Do I just make a squad that has, like, no experience? Can you... If someone's in a squad, will they ever take a siege engine job? I can't, like, order... I can't order a squad to operate a machine. Like, even a station order, I don't think they're going to end up grabbing a machine if it's right next to them. If you practice with catapults and hit a wall with a hole... I saw this! It won't waste rocks and trains fast. I saw... Whose video was that? Was that Krug Smash? I saw Krug's video. Yeah. I did see that. So that's really good for training the skill, right? But what I mean is, like, when that Etten showed up, we didn't have anyone standing here. So the delay in, like, the danger was that the Etten comes in and rushes for a kobold child before a civilian gets to the bolt thrower. Right? That's ultimately the danger here. Make it so anyone shoots them. Right, but no one's gonna be standing here. I wanna have someone like on the ready? Do I just have it say? Do I have one set to fire at enemies at all times? Station maybe, but if they're in a squad, I don't think they'll use it. It's kind of a catch-22, isn't it? I need to have like a squad for siege operators specifically. These are the questions. These are the questions. Because like we could just say have them fire at enemies at all times. But it feels, I don't know, somehow it feels wasteful. I'm definitely not going to have, 12 people out here just standing here at all times. But I could do like one here. I could do one here and one here. And that'll at least have someone on hand for when the other people show up. Or like until the other people show up. Or even just like guarding here, since this is like the entrance, right? Having this area right here covered would be significant, I think. It's also tempting to just like open this up, but I don't think that's a good idea. Realistically, there's not much of a difference. I'm trying to keep like our militia things separate from our recreational things. But someone with a battering ram can just break into our tavern if they're that ambitious. So, I don't know. What I do know, this is something that I've been keeping in my mind for a little bit. I do also want to remove our scaffolding, right? Currently we only have one squad. Oh, you can stop stationing. With 1 kobold and 4 polar bear people. And that's it. This squad is our were-monkey. I think I want to make a second squad and just have 10 kobolds in it. Gummus bless. Praise Rivers. I think I'm gonna make another squad. And they're just gonna be good old-fashioned warrior kobolds. And get them start training up. Did I give them fancy bedrooms? Everyone has a bedroom. I might wait to give them an actual bedroom. Let's do this. We're gonna create a squad. Who do we want to be the captain? So Clelu. Clelu's our clan tactician, but also like our best engraver. So I don't want Clelu actually doing stuff. Who was the other one? Peacekeeper Sip. I think maybe just another guard captain. I think we're just gonna start a new... Oh, of course, our winged voice is a competent tactician. But a mechanic sounds good. Proficient leader. Let's put Ron in. I'm gonna create a new squad for Ron. I'm gonna do the same uniform as everyone else. Steel armor with the clothing assigned. The Apples of Spite. Excellent. Polar bear people are only there for as long as they can. They help little creatures. Now it's their turn. I think they're going to stay here. I think I'm kind of curious. I'm curious and terrified of the prospect of sending them out on missions. Because I know the way that world map missions kind of abstract themselves. Just the mass of stuff that you send out is a really significant factor. I kind of wonder. I'm just gonna exclude all that. So not officials, not nobles, no one with babies, no one who's injured. We're gonna go by melee potential. So we do still have. There are 4 other polar bear people with us. Oh, but I'm gonna not. I like having them not all be in the militia. Normal not saving for 82 minutes. Yeah, I guess. It's late spring. We save every season. So we'll save in a month. I think it's mostly just because I've been paused for a bit, trying to talk and figure things out. Forget what this was. But a potter sounds fine. Stonecutter, hunter, sure. Gem cutter, stonecutter, potter. Skilled armor user, yeah, get in there. I don't know why we have so many potters. I think that looks like a squad to me. So we're gonna go into our barracks here. I'm gonna say the Apples of Spite also train here. We're gonna say that their schedule... I think they're just gonna take the same schedule. Right, they're on staggered training. I'm gonna copy and paste. So we're at 2 months on, 1 month off. And maybe we say like one more train order. Oh, a resub. Hello, Arpinity. How's it going? Thank you for the resub. 28 months. My goodness. My goodness. Default is it saves the start of each new season, however long it takes exactly. This one's been taking a little bit longer because there's a lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna put in another 3-person orders, so 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna maybe just 2. Equip always, sleep in room at will. I think that works. But I want them to stagger. I don't want their months off to all line up. So I'm going to... So what was the other one? Go back. So on, off. I want to do off. Right? How do I just remove these? Right. So off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. So there will be 1 month where they're all training, and then they're swapping off their off months. I think that works. We'll see how that does. Sorry for noob question. Yeah, no, it's there are no noob questions. I would even say there's noobs. There's just Fortress. Twitch is rendering this lovely stream in 426 by 240. Why? Can't count the individual pixels and can't read any text. That's strange because I am broadcasting at 6000 kbps, which is the usual. So in theory, they're all gonna get themselves geared up. Excellent. I think we're probably gonna have to make more steel gear at this point, but I mean, geez, they're just gonna go for it. All noobs of us or none of us are. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I mean, all this got done. Yep, these are all set to load. These ones got done. They're all set to be loaded. Yeah. Administrator has created Gria Grulaz, a lignite mug. Excellent. Excellent. We have an artifact mug. And then you're just like, okay. Okay. Polar bears in the library. Oh my goodness. Yeah, now they're hanging out. Got Storlet in here in the library. I try not to interrupt. A very polite polar bear person. Is that a Ligma thing? Yes. Millions of years ago, all the trees were compressed into Ligna. You're just hanging out. Okay. Let's check on our polar bear situation. We have a scroll bar. So that's fantastic. We have 5 assigned, right? We have 1 not assigned. We have 3 not trained. So we're gonna give these 3 war training. And we even have 2 more. And I think those are going to start getting assigned. Well, maybe we double up. Maybe we get everyone in our first squad 2. So we'll have 10 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 more. So as these grow up, and then we'll start assigning them to our other squad. I think that's the plan. And then I guess I want to check their equipment. Did you ever get, so you don't have your toga? Why don't you have a toga? We definitely have togas. And gloves. Oh, I don't think I ever made gloves for the polar bear people. So let's do, let me make a bunch of stuff. Yarn glove. Gonna do 10 of those. They're going to be sized for polar bear men. And then I want to do steel helm, steel mail shirt, steel breastplate, steel greaves, steel gauntlets, steel high boots, then probably some steel battle axes, some steel spears, some steel warhammers. And then for the weapons, we're gonna do like, let's do like 4 each. We'll do 10 each of all of those. That's gonna take forever. Gonna make sure that they're sized for kobolds. So I think we only have one person allowed to make armor. They are a kobold. I just want to make sure. Related to Ligma. If trees got compressed into Ligma, does that mean there are also Ligma nuts? Probably. But they also got compressed into Ligma. It's all indistinguishable now. Mandates? Oh, we need toy treasure and more grates. Our king wants grates. Rock treasure. Or I want... How do I make toy? I can't specify the toy. You want specific toy? That's rude. I can't specify what toy to make. Does size influence amount of steel? No, it does not. Thank goodness. Polar bear men would take a lot of steel. It's based on the slot. Like a breastplate takes 3. I think a helm takes 1 or 2, that kind of a thing. It's just based off the actual thing that you're making. Is how many bars it takes. But you have to set the size when you make it. Otherwise, people of other sizes can't wear them. Like, you can't resize something once it's made. So if we only made things sized for kobolds, then the polar bear people wouldn't have any clothes. Usually clip an order of 10 toys and hope for good RNG. Yeah, that's like... Not all toys are the same. Well... Yeah. But I just have toy. Ugh. Fine. Rock, toy. Yeah, we'll just do 10. Hope that works out. And our smelting, or melting. Need to keep an eye on this. Right? No one ever came to do this? Okay, surely someone's on their way. Hope for good RNG never works out. Ask me why Terraria's fishing quests are the bane of my existence. Oh god. Is it anything like Stardew fishing? I guess we can make 1 smelter, right? We can do 1 magma smelter. We have 100 platinum bars? Okay. I just told them to smelt some platinum. I didn't realize we had that much platinum. That's cool. Worse than Stardew? Wow. That's kind of impressive. Yeah, make clay boulders. I think for the moment we're just gonna be okay on our porcelain bricks. I'm just gonna turn that one off for now. We'll turn it back on if we need to make a bunch more stuff. But we've done most of what I want to do on the surface. By volume, at least. So, I want to set up our garbage disposal. So we're going to say, I want a route. This is going to be our first actual route. Route number 99 is going to be the one that we keep. Surface garbage. We're going to have 1 stop here. This is top side. And then we have 1 stop here. This is bottom side. And then we need a vehicle. I should make a lighter vehicle. Let's save all of our iron ones for our magma nonsense and make like a... Can I make like a willow minecart? Wooden minecart. Do I have some willow? I had some willow at some point. I don't know which ones are lighter. Willow is the only one that I know off the top of my head is light. Like tower cap? Spore tree? Okay, let me Google wood by weight. Probably not gonna have a nice... Or no, we do. Okay, cool. Feather, papaya, candlenut, kapok, custard. It's all lighter than willow. Okay, interesting. Do I have feather? I do not. I have papaya. I do! We're gonna make a papaya wood minecart. I just need the one. And then this is not gonna take general work orders. This is going to input from here and output to here. Right? And the work order is just going to be melt a metal object. You're gonna do it one at a time. As long as there's a melt designated item, right? And it's not gonna, I think they're all forbidden right now. Which I guess is a nice way of turning that off. I think that's all I gotta do. The fishing mechanic itself is fine, but the quests you need to do for special items, if I ever redigit it, I'm going to read in the Riot Act. Wood by weight, trees are heavy. Had a dead tree, which is lighter than a living tree, removed a couple days ago that was 30 years old, weighed about 3,000 pounds. Holy cow! An evergreen of some kind. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, trees... We're talking about a log, right? Not the whole tree, fortunately. But yeah, turns out trees are big. So we're gonna dump south. And then same kind of thing here. I'm gonna go here. And we're going to reassign that minecart. The other thing we can do, I guess there's gonna be a passage through here to get to the actual corpse pile here. Maybe what we do, we're just gonna have a little, we're gonna make a chicane. So I mostly just don't want line of sight. I guess I could go with like through here. So we're gonna do something like this. That's really all it's gotta be. Yeah, no, I think that's fine. Or I guess they have to go all the way around. I would almost rather it be over here. Maybe, let me change my mind again real quick. Don't mind me, kobolds. So we're just gonna say... I'm gonna go out like this. But then like this. Just so that people here aren't looking at all the garbage. And then we can bring this a bit closer. Okay, I like that better. And then... Is this our new one? No, not quite yet. I bet I could pick up a whole balsa tree. A whole tree? I don't know, balsa is a lot lighter than a lot of stuff, but that's still... It's still a whole dang tree. It's still mostly water, right? Especially if we're talking about one that's still alive or has been alive recently. Most living things are mostly water. So volume counts for a lot there. And now because they've dumped those in the trash pile, can anyone grab them? Are those just there forever now? Okay, I guess I'm just waiting for... That's not what I wanted. Kind of look... Did we... I think we made our minecart. Let's go here. Yeah, papaya wood minecart. So we're gonna assign it there. The departure conditions for this minecart, we will be pushing south when, call it 75% full of anything. Because literally anything can show up in here. And we're going to link it to, we're going to input to the minecart from this stockpile. This is surface garbo. And then it will just automatically dump here. So I don't think I need to do anything with that. So then this one is just going to be... No, I should have done... Whatever. Guide east when empty. Yeah. I think that's all you got to do. And then this is here. So I'm going to... Oh, it just automatically dumps south. Okay. Would have been dangerous. Whatever. Disassemble. Get rid of this route. I have to be careful now that we have one route that I want to keep. Nighty night, JM. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you tomorrow. Everyone come by on JM's channel tomorrow. We're going to do a more explicit... We've been doing like a tutoring thing. We've done one before. We're going to do another one tomorrow where JM is going to be playing and I'll just be a little voice in his ear. And we'll learn all sorts of things about Dwarf Fortress. Stray war giant polar bear. I love that phrase. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. I love it. See, now you're going to be in here storing. They are still going to want to cut across here. But what are you... Okay, where are you going? You're just in here, okay. I don't know why you went that way. Oh, you were storing the minecart. I guess that makes sense. I suppose. They're all set to be loaded? They're all set to be loaded. When you say disassemble, my age shows because I think of Johnny 5 saying, no, disassemble! Oh man, I haven't thought about Johnny 5 in a long time. Oh, that brings me back. Hey, look at him training. Individual combat drills. Got some makeshift armor here. You got competent observer. They're working on it. They're working on it. So. I guess not all of this got smoothed. Oh well. Matters not. I'm gonna spend a moment getting rid of our scaffolding here, because I'm tired of looking at it. No, I'm picking up a whole balsa tree, did the math. Fully grown, hard density grade balsa tree weighs approximately 7.5 tons. Even the light density, the lightest weight is 2 tons. Yeah. It might not be dense, but it is big. Trees are big. I don't know if you've noticed. I was lucky enough to see some redwoods not too long ago. My mind is still blown. Like, I'm still getting over it. It's just absurd. The fact that a living thing can be that large defies reason. A lot bigger than I thought they were. They're huge trees, 4-foot diameter, 90 feet high. I mean, that is huge for a thing to pick up, but that's not even that big for a tree, right? There are bigger trees. 4-foot diameter is pretty good. But they get a lot bigger. How old they get? I guess how old does a balsa tree get? That I don't know. Said part is 95% of them are gone. Yes, only 5% of redwoods are left. Something like that. Something like less than 5% of just old growth forest, period. Like we've... If you want to get me angry, talk about how much we've lost. It would be one thing if it were like, okay, we've harvested 98% of all the old growth forest in the country, but we're good now, right? All the rest of it's all protected, and we're gonna make sure that it lasts for future generations to see. But that's not the case. It is not the case. Okay, almost done here. I think that's all of it. Mature balsa tree is 6 to 10 years old. There are indeed bigger trees, I just don't expect balsa to be that big considering how fast they mature. Yeah, that's fair, that is pretty quick. Actually makes me sad, like deeply sad. Yes, I make myself sad thinking about it all the time. That's a slope. Interesting, I can just get rid of the slope, right? What was I just gonna say? I was reading, so I'm in the Pacific Northwest, in case it's not obvious. I was reading a paper, because that's just a thing that I do sometimes. That was published by, gosh, I'm not gonna remember all of the details of this. I want to say it was like the Park Service. Some state entity was putting together this document, like a mostly an educational document. Had a lot of really cool information, but it's like a lot of information really specific to Western Washington trees and forests and the history of those forests. And it's just mind-blowing. It went into a lot of detail about like how forests mature in succession and all that kind of stuff, which I also find fascinating, endlessly fascinating. But one of the statistics that was in there that just blew my mind, something like they're just examining Western Washington, right? Like from the Cascades west to the ocean. And it was saying something like before European colonialization, something like it was something like 90+% of the land was forest, and like something like 95% of those trees were coniferous trees, were evergreen trees. Like it used to be this entire area, like it's all of these cities, all this built up area, all these suburbs, all this industrial area. It was all trees. It was all evergreen trees. It was all cedars, Douglas firs, little bit of Canadian maple, big leaf maple. And now you look at like just the composition of trees. Like not only do we have far fewer trees just by volume, by number, not only do they cover less land, we don't have like the native trees. You go down the block and look at all the trees, and like half of them are deciduous trees that are not native to here. We're gonna take out the garbage. Balsa does not usually get older than 40. Wow, interesting. So it's a get big fast kind of a tree. Olive trees are where I come from, are centuries old. They are not huge. They are huge for olive trees, yes. They just get real gnarled, don't they? Olive trees are wild. Okay, so our gate is open here. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm going to unforbid our garbage pile, our siege pile. My God. I'm going to mark the entire pile for melting. So everything that can be melted will be melted. And we're going to see what they do with that. We're going to see what happens here. Ideally, someone just comes up and, and loads it into the minecart. Polar Bear Man Axe Lord has bestowed the name Bubnasazin Udog to an iron shield. Okay, good job. Like a lot of the trees around here can become so old. You just grabbed clothing. Okay, well that is also fine. Here to pick up equipment, I guess that's also fine. What are you grabbing? I'd rather you grab from downstairs, but I guess I can't really stop you from doing that. Store owned item, pick up equipment. You're not even in a squad or anything. You're just rooting through the trash pile. But like redwoods and red cedars, they can be 1,000 years old. Yeah, see, this is what we want to avoid, ideally. Or minimize, I guess. There's not a whole lot we can do about it in total. Oh, the humans are here. Okay, well, if someone would... So you're picking up equipment, pick up equipment, store owned item. As long as they aren't dealing with the garbage in a more roundabout way. Oh, this is our animal trainer. Our animal trainer doesn't like seeing all the dead goblins. I suppose that makes sense, but like some of them don't feel anything. So you're here to pick up equipment, and you don't have a shirt. Where's your toga? We made so many togas. All right. Well, you're all gonna figure it out. Was someone just walking through here? I really don't want... Oh, the humans. The humans aren't gonna are gonna ignore my my traffic settings. I guess in the interest of safety, this is the least kobold thing I'm ever gonna do. Instead of pushing, we're going to guide. So we don't kill anyone with a minecart full of goblins. But 1,000 years old. I don't know if I got that far into that sentence. Just thinking about living things that exist in one place and are like continuously living for a literal 1,000 years. Absolutely breaks my brain. Okay, you are playing make-believe, alarmed after seeing a dead goblin's body. We're still playing make-believe, though. And this we just scarred a child. So is what I was trying to avoid. Let's trade with the humans. They get some nice food stuff. That looks nice. Not you. And you. Is that what we have? Yeah, we got two bins. Perfect. Is there any of you gonna do? Is there really that much equipment to grab from here? I thought I made a bunch of clothing. Maybe we need to check in our clothing again. While they're cranking through the steel armor. But we were talking about power at some point. I think we need to get some windmills going. For dye purposes. So we have some dye here. We have some dyed cloth. I'm gonna use DF hack to tell me what our clothing situation is. I don't like using auto clothing, but I do like that it tells me what we're missing. So 91 kobolds need bodywear? For real? I swear we just made a whole bunch. Is there a bunch sitting in here? Where's our... It's all gonna be worn out. Yeah, oh, it's all gonna be worn. I wish I could tell them to wear their stuff longer. It's only lost like 25% of its durability. These are like 50%. Are they really already? I mean, we haven't been trading scepters. One of our nobles really likes scepters. But I haven't seen it prohibited in a little bit. Oh, for real? For real? Do we have to sort through our worn out clothing? Okay. Well, bodywear is important. So let's do... We've been doing a lot of wool. I guess we do still have a lot of... Wow, look at all that. All that masterpiece llama wool cloth. And a lot of it's dyed. Okay, I was gonna say we should do some cloth stuff. Maybe we should also do some cloth stuff. Because we have quite a bit of that dyed as well. Jute? Where do we get jute from? So I'm gonna say cloth toga sized for kobolds. We're gonna make 100 cloth togas. Oh my god. We're just gonna start with that. They're set to use dyed cloth only. So that will make some heckin' nice togas. Right, we have cloth bolds. Yeah, we got some nice skill in here. Yeah, okay, so Sakrith is one of our clothers. That's pretty cool. Then our weave bolds. We have one expert blacksmith. We have one legendary weaponsmith and one legendary and one grandmaster armorsmith. That's cool. So that's probably pretty good. And our animal trainer and our gem cutters. Oh yeah. We haven't been using any of our gems. We have so many gems. I bet you we have so many gems now. And we have a legendary cook. Oh, that was a long time coming. Look at our gems. Look at our gems. Okay, that's nice. That's pretty nice. There's still storing owned item, store item, pick up equipment. Okay, well, fine, pick through the garbage. It's less to haul around, I guess. But like, none of it's in here yet. Oh well. And then what's this? Who put this here? Who's playing with my corpses? Clan voice meets with human head treasurer. Okay, we've been just asking for the more expensive meat. Right? Lion, giraffe, lizard, armadillo intestines? Sure. And that's... I guess I also want kind of miscellaneous plants as well. No, you were just gonna trade. I saw you. The other thing that we need to do is make sure that we have bolts. I don't know if I have a bolt job. I think I just made a bunch of bolts to start with. Doing copper bins. Yeah. I think we need a repeating copper bolt job. The copper ones seem to be doing fine. It's tempting to try to make them out of, like, higher quality, but we just killed an Etten. I think it's fine. I'm gonna say copper bolt specifically. As long as we have some copper bars, I want to have like 1,000? You can load over 100 into each bolt thrower. We already have 3, 6, 10, 14. Yikes. I wonder if things that are loaded in count against this, though. I bet they don't, because we probably already have a bunch loaded in there right now. So I want to have like 500 sitting in bins waiting to be loaded into stuff. Possibly even more, but let's start with that. Right, because if I look at ammunition, I have 700 copper bolts, but that one's loaded into there, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 400 there. 5, 650. And these are not loaded. Yeah, okay. So I think they're just... all of our bolts are loaded. I bet is what's going on there. So we need to crank out some bolts. Bunch of arrows. We're gonna melt all the arrows. These are all arrows. We're gonna melt all the arrows, except for the wood ones. Hello, welcome, lurker. Welcome, welcome. So one of the few things that I don't want to melt is going to be like the copper bolts. But even then, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, would it? We would just make better bolts. I doubt that the goblins are not going to show up with masterwork copper bolts. So we're going to do another smelter here. And they are hauling... See, now they're hauling bodies. This isn't what I don't want them to do. I want... Oh, they need to belong in here. That's what needs to happen. So we say all corpses, all refuse, all ammo, all weapons, all armor, all finished goods. Because then they can load it in? Is that the difference? I want to watch you do it. No, they're all just gonna give up. All right, just play make-believe, whatever. Let's trade. Got 3,500 worth of stuff here. Don't care about most of your stuff. We have so many human instruments. My God. Now that they bring wagons, they bring so much junk. Like, it's just the meat. I just care about the meat. Here we go. And even then, I only care about, like, the good meat, right? 90, 95, that's all good stuff. The giraffe stuff is really good. Apparently, eating giraffes makes everyone happy. There's like... I want to filter by value. I want to say... 50. But I just want it to be the food. How do I... Can I sort by meat? Not really. Oh, God. So, from 50 to 100. Really? How did I do this before? Sort by type. Ugh. Okay. This doesn't save me any time, does it? My goodness. Hello, Jexwing. How's it going? We're getting some more human meat. Yeah, I almost wish they wouldn't bring anything else. If it's not worth 90, then I don't care about it. At some point, I don't think we're quite there yet, but at some point, the only real, I guess the meat, I am still importing like fruit and berries and stuff for booze, which also end up inside the meals. So they could still make a low quality meal out of just like berries and stuff, but as far as meat, I think I just want to have only valuable meat here. So every time someone grabs a piece of meat for making a meal, it has a really high chance of being a good meal. I've already done too much. I'm not paying attention. Oh, come on, really? You need that much? I'm only... Okay, let's try... How good are we? Okay. We're a little bit better at negotiating now. Okay. Human meat? Yes. The meat that the humans brought us. The human meat. I want to see this work. Please deal with the garbage. Children just wandering everywhere. Yeah, it needs fermentable. I guess I can just go into here and recheck, right? The meat humans carry, supported on their bones. Yes. Did you know that every human is carrying one human's worth of meat at all times? All that masterwork steel gear for our squad. That's all very good. I think we made those hatches as well. I want to place those hatches. Yeah. Give me them jet hatches. Now there's just socks. Just some socks in the, socks in the pillbox. Got a new kettle today. It's very exciting. Excellent. Is it a fancy kettle? We bought a fancy kettle. I mean, it's years ago at this point, but like after just having like a simple stovetop kettle, we got like one of the fancy ones with all the temperature settings. It's a game changer. Polar bear woman spearmaster has bestowed the name Shigo Sust Mislim on an iron shield. Okay, cool. Now we need more. Okay. Do rock hatch. Let's do another 10, but do it out of jet. Slightly more fancy than my last kettle, which was a sub $10 kettle. This one doesn't have temperature settings, but is double walled and not made of plastic. I mean, that's an upgrade. That's definitely an upgrade. Plus, it really depends on the kind of tea. Like I say it has fancy temperature settings. Oh, they just, so many socks. All right. All right. It has fancy temperature settings, but I only ever use the one temperature, really. So like if you're only ever doing like black tea, you're always just going to boiling anyway, but it has fancy settings for like herbal teas and green teas and things like that, so it doesn't go all the way up to boiling. It's really smart. I am so curious. There is still a bunch of clothing in here, so I think they picked the good stuff. The blocks. Oh, the blocks that the trolls were carrying. Setting is usually instant noodles. Yeah? I mean, that's you also want that boiling, right? That's smart. I usually do it on the stovetop, but I bet you the kettle's faster. Hello, DJ. Hello, Tater Tots. Oh, and now you're doing... Now the wool is coming up here? I don't want the wool up here. Oh, every time I go down this rabbit hole. So I want to keep the alpaca and llama and sheep. That does not belong here. I don't want people bringing stuff up to here. I want a feature. I want a way that I can say, like if I'm looking at this stockpile, instead of it saying taking from links or not from links or whatever, I want to say you take from this zone. I want to set like a burrow. I want to say the surface feeds into this stockpile. If it's not on the surface right now, if it's not on the surface, then it doesn't go here. That's what I want. I mean, what's up here? Of any items? I mean, do I have to say... Of desired items. Oh, I see. That's the little stockpile thing. Do I have to do that? Interesting. They're very finicky. The settings for this is very finicky. Always bring tots. I'm actually hungry. You say tater tots and I'm like, food. Also, it's black. It looks very nice and it doesn't set off the circuit breaker like the last kettle started doing, so I'm very happy. That's significant. That's pretty good. I just want to see a bunch of people come up here. Okay, I see people have jobs for this. I also see people just like popping in here every once in a while. They're not loading it. Why are you loading bolt thrower? But you don't have bolts. You came all the way out here without bolts? Well, that's a labor drain. We definitely want to fix that. Okay, you are here to pick up equipment. You are leaving. Attend meeting? Who's out here? Meeting with the child? Match covers for everyone. Oh, not quite. Is anyone even attempting? Brew, drink, eat. Little bolt thrower, like that's, you want to make sure if you have bolt throwers, you have enough to load them up. That's apparently not great. Picking up equipment, sleeping, socializing, lots of socializing, a little bit of sparring. Yeah, I don't see anyone with like a load into vehicle job. Isn't that its own job? Of desired items. What am I missing? So are you just, okay, you grab something from there. Curious. Because this... has all the things. At the very least, like the weapons, right? Or does having them melt designated make it all weird? I kind of doubt it. Like all these corpses. No one's coming for it. And then what'd you do? So you're grabbing... Oh, okay. So you're gonna grab silver bolts and load them because I undesignated them for melting. Maybe that's what's tripping them up. Is that there are technically bolts, but they're not available. Is silver bolt gonna be better than copper bolt? Iron bolt's definitely better. Like, I'd almost rather melt down the iron and make steel stuff out of it. I don't know. I think I want to melt it all. Okay, so now you're all here to load bolt thrower. So it's not that there aren't people waiting around to do things. Come back here. Yeah, well, you grabbed it anyway. It's still melt designated? Yep. Whatever. Fine, you get away with it. I ended up removing melt designation for cheaper arrows simply because bolt throwers positively rip through bolt. Right. Yeah, I want to use the silver for other stuff. Do silver bolts have wear bonuses? No, I don't think so. That'd be cool though. I don't think wear creatures have a weakness to silver. Which is probably something you could mod in without too much difficulty. I guess if they get loaded in here, I can always melt them from here, right? Or I can even dump them from here. So what am I missing? What am I missing? Oh, this button. Set the item desired. That's the button. I thought I knew. I was like, isn't there a thing to say what I desire? So armor, ammo, finished goods, Corpses, refuse, but not... I guess you can take all the stuff, and then we'll sort through it at the bottom. And then also bars and blocks, because we have blocks of stone and bars of metal from the... siegers. The trolls and the battering ram. Let's see if that made a difference. Pick up equipment. Store in a stockpile. I guess we'll see. There's people coming for it. We've done something like this in a handful of forts at this point, and it's confusing and weird every time. It does end up, like, making things better. See, now you're bringing the silver arrows back. Now you're bringing a bin? Excuse me. I guess a bin kind of makes sense. Pick up equipment. I guess I don't want you taking... The only things that I want in here are the things that are dumped here. That's really what it is. So a bin is fine, I guess. But there's still no one coming up to... I don't handle pressure well. It's a very self-aware 2-year-old. So the top side desired items is basically everything. Guide when loaded of desired items. And you're linked with this stockpile. I can't, like... Dorks! More dorks! Congrats on your dork. Wow, look at all that! Oh my gosh. So we should have some gear for our squads now, right? Look at that. Not quite done yet, but they're getting there. You are leaving. That's why you came up through there. You are storing an item. See, now you're bringing other stuff up here. That's not like your item, right? Oh, it is like your item. So then... And then you just grabbed 30 things. Store in bin. I'm confused. So you were hauling a steel spear. You grabbed a hammer that you were still hauling. It's like, where are you taking this? I thought I had you all melt designated. Why did that... Why? Why? Just this. This is all I want. All I want. Do I need to have... Do I just need to have them dumped directly into the minecart? I don't know if that's gonna help me. Like, this was all... Told you to melt all of it. And see, now you're grabbing like this worn out stuff. Where are you bringing this? It's all just gonna end up in our stockpiles downstairs. Which is ultimately what I want, but I don't want them doing it one at a time. The whole point was to move it in bulk. It's a long way to go to haul a single tunic. And they go in the blizzard. I was trying to avoid weather exposure. Yeah, you're just gonna put it in the bin with everything else. Now you're hauling a gauntlet. For reasons. Is all the metal stuff is gone now. Well, that's one way to do it, I guess. Hey, look, it's Towat, right? Yeah, it's Towat. So... right, the corpses should go in there. You're leaving. Well, now if they put all my... they put all that gear in like the general gear stockpile, I'm gonna have to sort through it. And like manually melt things. Whereas I could sort by material. Just melt all the copper and iron stuff. It's gonna be what has to happen. We made 100 cloth togas. That's that's pretty cool. Let's do cloth skirts is what we're doing. Let's say 100 cloth skirts. Size for kobolds. You are here to store an item. I don't get it. I don't get it. I've made it work before. What was I just... oh, I want to do this. Yeah, cool. I think that looks nice. Oh, and then it goes away. Well, I guess at the very least the skeletons are gonna decompose here, because it is a refuse stockpile. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. So that means it's just all in here now. It's just all in here now. Even the leather stuff. We're not even using the leather stuff. We're just gonna... okay. I'm gonna say... how about this? So I'm not gonna... they're not gonna work on this too much, but... this is gonna be... we're still gonna melt our stuff here, since I set it up. Goodness, it's still closer to the surface. This is gonna be our melt pile I'm really never curious. I never really know about this button. So by default, it's clicked, right? So that means it can take from anywhere. I want it to take from anywhere? I guess so. But I also want it to take from... I'm going to input from here. And input from here, and input from here. Right? And then it's going to be... all arrows. I don't want... I don't want copper bolts. Maybe we just say don't do bolts. And then we do armor, but not... I could just say not steel. Not adamantine. Not that we have any of that yet. So basically everything, as long as it's not made of steel. Weapons, same thing. And that's kind of going to be it, right? Let's see if they actually move any of the stuff here. Because that's just down a couple floors. That's not too bad. And you are... Nope. You're picking up your own stuff, which I also want to happen, but, like, come on, guys. I know you're all standing around. Leaving your shoes everywhere. This is just a random exceptional battle axe. Can you imagine just taking off your shoes in the middle of a glacier and then keep going? Do you think their shoes got frozen to the ground? Is that what happened? They are still all melt designated. Like things with the melt tag still get treated in their stockpiles all the same, right? It's not like they're just gonna... It's not like forbid or dump. Did I... Yeah. Right? Should be outputting with a melt pile. Or not. Kobolds don't want to get organized. I guess why would they? Oh, you need more grates. Fine, whatever. Grates. How you doing, skilled observer? Talented Marks, Dwarf, Rusty, talented dodger. Watching dodging demonstration. We'll get there. I see a bunch of steel gear. I see skirt. I don't see toga, but you have a shirt on, so whatever. Okay. I mean, that's some good stuff there. Well, I'm happy with these at least. I'm excited to see what these can do. We are making a bunch of bolts, right? Oh, not satisfied. Do I need, like, that? And see... Someone put a mug in here. Clearly didn't help. Yeah, they're just now... Yeah, I don't want you accepting from anywhere. I only want you to output. Whatever. Whatever. It's worked before. I've made it work before. I swear to God. I need to go eat food. I need to eat food before I go nuts. Thank you for hanging out with me, everyone. This is not the most people I've ever had, but that's, I mean, without a raid, this is pretty good. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying. Have fun, eat food. I will. I'll try to limit myself to food. Might eat some shoes. We'll see. We'll see where the evening takes us. I hope this is enjoyable still. We are gonna go for mountain home here. So at some point we're gonna have to start digging deeper, digging more greedily. I know we didn't look at it this stream, but we do have one unusual gem wall down in our magma sea. I think only the one. But we do have access to the stuff, right? So that's going to be one of our endeavors coming up here pretty quickly. I do want to get our garbage organized and our surface more secure. But apparently the garbage thing is going to be finicky again forever. But we did secure ourselves pretty good. We took out an Etten. If goblins came in the same way that they did last time, they would be toast, even more toast than they were last time. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now with this fortress. It looks cool. It is cool. It's pretty secure. It's starting to get attention. I think it's all good. It's all good stuff. Today's episode is brought to you by penguins in a zoo, hanging out. And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons out down there, hanging out with the penguins, hanging out in the VODs, hanging out in Discord, hanging out wherever you want. You are the giant, fluffy, flightless bird that I'm pushing my face into their chest right now. So I appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us. Come by on Thursday for more Dwarf Fortress. Come by on Saturday. We're working on Dispatch. Will be the second episode of Dispatch. Come by tomorrow on JM's channel. We're going to do a Dwarf Fortress tutor stream. So he's going to be playing and I'm going to be talking a lot, I guess. And we'll be learning about like some of the more simple Dwarf Fortress stuff. You know, how to not die and stuff. That's kind of the goal. So I appreciate you coming by. I hope you come by for more. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope you have a good evening. That one. And I hope you stay kind.